Hi, and welcome back to the Cheeky Crypto podcast. My name's Chris, and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another Cheeky Crypto podcast video. Now, I just want to say, Nick and myself have obviously for some time been saying that we didn't expect the bottom, is already in, and we've, articulated on both the Cheeky Crypto main channel and the podcast channel that we were expecting lower lows. Now, we did see that, and there's pockets of people that are like, you couldn't have known, and so forth. But we did know. We were sticking to our guns. We went against the grain. There was very few influencers talking about, the fact that, we should expect lower lows. Now, what I want to say is not only did we highlight this, we also highlighted the troubles that FTX were about to have before the likes of 𝗕𝗓 started talking about it. And, we did this for Patreon members initially, and then we whittled down to like the general community within the Discord, right? I personally highlighted the potential opportunities at the time ahead of all the stuff that transpired in the Discord, and it's all timestamped. Go have a look, go check it out. That there was a short opportunity for FTT, Solana, Maps, and a few other projects, right? And we got some very, very happy Patreon members in our Patreon service. If you're interested in that, check out the links in the description of the video. But I do encourage everybody to get down to the Discord channel. There's over 4,750 or so people now in the Discord who are supporting one another navigate the space safely. It's a phenomenal community, and in a bear market, in a recession, I personally believe that it is very, very important to immerse yourself in a very supportive community. And best of all, it's absolutely free. You've got nothing to lose by going in there. So I would encourage you to go down to the Discord. Nick and myself are often in the Discord. We've got a phenomenal team. I believe that it's the best crypto influencer team in the world, second to none. And we're doing some phenomenal things. So do check all of that wonderful stuff out. Now, I'm not trying to gloat about this stuff. Like, there's people that are going to have been on the wrong side of this, but I am thankful that people within our community were on the right side of things. And this channel is, it's been made really all sort of stems around building generational level wealth for many. Now, this is kind of the strapline for our channel. We don't do paid shills. We're very, transparent. We have a transparency report in the Discord, so you can see where we get all our money from and all that sort of wonderful stuff. So yeah, I'd encourage you to, like I say, get down there. But let's get down to the desktop. Let's have a look at everything FTX and what's going on. I also highlighted BlockFi yesterday as having potential issues, and they've just paused withdrawals. So, been very, very accurate. And not only have we managed to do this, we've managed to do this whilst we've been traveling, which is very, very difficult to do. But we have been probably one of the most accurate channels out there. There's like I say, there's pockets of other channels that have done phenomenally well, and we've listed those in our Discord, and we've encouraged other people to call those channels out. But if you've been following influencers that are telling you that crypto is going to the moon, then maybe you need to reevaluate who you're viewing. It's just my opinion. I'm not encouraging you not to follow certain individuals, not mentioning names. But it's all about keeping your crypto safe and being on the right side of things. And if you're not on the right side of things, then you need to question who you're following, in my opinion. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap that bell, select all the notifications so you never miss one of our videos, because they could be really important, right? And it's really important to stay switched on in a bear market, it would appear, right? And we want to start here, and that is basically the crypto lender BlockFi pauses withdrawals in the wake of FTX collapse. Now, how did I manage to sort of, get ahead of this coming? Well, BlockFi, as I understand it, have some exposure to FTX, and big exposure at that, and they may not survive, is kind of how I feel about the situation. So there is going to be pockets of other companies in the same position, so expect more of this, is kind of the message that I want to deliver to everybody. Now, I mentioned earlier that we have been at an event. It's 2:15 a.m. In the UK here. I have had probably 5 hours sleep in the last 48 hours. And I just want to say this stuff because, we're working really hard, tirelessly, to try to keep ahead of everything that's going on. But I do kind of feel that I'm going to struggle to find some of the other companies that are going to be impacted. So what my plea is for everybody in the community is I encourage you and beg of you to go research, other companies that have got, exposure to FTX, Solana, and various other altcoins that are impacted by everything FTX. Reason why I ask this is because, we want to try to keep our community safe. And the only way we can do that is by, everybody sort of pulling their weight and getting tucked in. I think we've done a phenomenal job, highlighting what we've highlighted, but I do fear that we're going to miss one or two. So, it's kind of my plea to everybody watching. Now, I'm not going to get into the article in too much detail. I am going to sort of link it in the Discord. Discord is the hub of everything we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Keep everybody up to date there. Now, crypto broker Genesis discloses locked funds on FTX. So again, we've got another project here that is, exposed to everything FTX. Again, I need to research it. I haven't had time just yet. I've only finished traveling a few hours back. So once I've had a bit of a sleep in the morning, I will start to continue to research companies that have exposure to FTX. But at the moment, I just want to cover as many as I can and give you guys the heads up. Moving on, and basically this one is that Mercedes, the Formula One team, is going to continue to basically have the logos for FTX despite the exchange, going into crisis. I think this is something that needs to change in my opinion, but it probably costs them a lot of money to do it. So I kind of get it. But I think it's shameful, to be honest. But let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And the final thing is FTX, can't get my words out today, founder blames crypto meltdown on poor labeling of bank accounts. The FTX liquidity crunch leads to warning of a cascade of margin calls on crypto. So again, look, you can label shit up however you like, Mr. Sam, Uncle Sam, but you've been massively caught out here for everything that you've been doing. And, look, I think that there's more than one culprit here. And look, it's a really difficult situation. This is really, really bad for crypto, as a whole, not just for people that are invested in FTX. Why is it really bad? Because we've had, influencers, telling people the bottom is in when it really isn't, when there was no trend to suggest that, the bottom was in my opinion. And, it's a real shame. And for me to see the individuals saying that that were saying the bottom was in, saying that basically your guess is now as good as mine as to where the price is going to go, I think that's just shameful. It's just my opinion, but people look to us to get stuff right, and hats off to you for admitting that you got something wrong. But I think it's shameful to kind of put out there that nobody could have seen this coming, because there are a few people that did see this coming. Now, in other videos, I have mentioned that people's mindsets probably need to change. And what do I mean by this? I kind of feel like we're going into a Fed-induced recession, and I think that we're going to all be made to feel poorer. The Fed's goal is to basically decrease the value of assets, and for this I mean all assets, crypto, property, metals, stocks. Like, we're all going to feel poorer. That's the mission, that is the goal. And there's going to be people that do really, really well. Now, the people that do really well, in my humble opinion, not financial advice, any of this stuff that we talk about, not financial advisor, but like, my opinion is it's all around mindset. It shouldn't be currently, as we are now, a mindset of how much money can I make. That comes later. The mindset now should be, how can I protect my capital? How can I not lose money? And what third party risk do I hold, or what risk do I hold? And do I need to be holding that risk at all? So I think this stuff's really, really important. And you can jump into the Discord and chat to us about it if you've got any questions or concerns. We have a phenomenal team, and Nick and myself are in there an awful lot. But that should be the mindset right now, in my opinion. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better, and that's not what people want to hear. But it should be preserve your capital, in my opinion. But you can let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of that stuff in the comments below. But yeah, look, seeing this stuff with Sam trying to package things up a certain way that doesn't make him look so bad. Really, it's poor management, and it's bad business ethics that Sam's had throughout his whole existence with like Alameda Research and FTX, right? Like, these problems stem right back to when we were first talking about Sam and how we didn't like his business activities and how he operates his businesses back in 2020. Look, we started talking about this, and it came to our attention with Refinance and Alameda Research and the whole scenario, and you can go research what happened between those two. Thankfully, we saw warning signs about the Reef team and got out of Reef before all of that stuff kicked off. But what I would say is, it's all about, preserving your capital right now, and less about how much money you're going to make. The people that are thinking and worrying about how much money they're going to make, trying to catch the bottom, are going to be the ones that probably get shaken out of the space. Look, there's many influencers that haven't experienced a recession. There's many influencers that, are just shilling shit coins and working together collaboratively to basically, exchange your money into tokens that, they're going to then, they've already bought, or, and are going to perhaps, dump on the market, or they're being paid to talk about particular projects and they're not being clear, they're not disclosing it. And then you've got influencers that, really don't have an idea of what it is that they're talking about. But with all that said, with all those, influencers that, talk a lot of nonsense and, maybe have perhaps been humbled by everything that's happened here, there's going to be pockets of people that, try to spin it like you couldn't have guessed that this was going to happen, because, it's a black swan event and FTX is the only reason the market's going down this low. Like, it's the mechanism of something that was always going to happen. If it wasn't FTX, it would have been something else. It might not be now, but it would have been later. We were always going down to lower lows. And, maybe it's humbled a few people, maybe it hasn't, and we're just going to see loads of I guess excuses and stuff like that. I don't know. But look, I think that it's important that you're on the right side of things. Mindset's a really important thing. But Nick and myself, are tirelessly working behind the scenes. Like I say, 2:24 now in the morning, and I'm still, working. I've been working non-stop, catching up with questions. I still haven't caught up. I'm probably not going to go to bed till 3 a.m. and we're on Twitch at 10 a.m. So, it's non-stop, and I just want to make sure people are aware how much effort is going in behind the scenes. People have this impression that YouTube is something that's really easy to do. YouTube is something that, we make these videos and then we're just, chilling all day. Like, we're not. We're behind the scenes, working really, really hard, digging into projects, companies, seeing who's exposed to FTX as an example. We cut our trip to London short, and came back early, a day early. All these things that we do for our community. And, if you realized how much money we earn from doing YouTube videos, you'd question why we do it. And the answer to that is because we want you all to be successful. So yeah, hopefully this video was useful, informative, and if it was, mash up that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications, so you never miss a thing. And I hope this makes sense. It's been a long day. Sorry if it comes across a bit like ignorant or whatever, but it's just been a really, really long day. But yeah, hopefully some of this stuff contained in this video was useful. And like I say, mash up that like button. It really does support the channel, and we really do appreciate it. And I will catch you in the next one. Take care.